Ride Designs, we're a manufacturer of high quality wheelchair seating products located in Littleton, Colorado, about 30 minutes south of Denver. And we have two separate product lines. One is our standard products that includes our Java cushion, our forward cushion, and our Java and decaf back supports. And we're most known for our custom molded seating products, such as our Ride Custom 2 and our Ride Custom Back, and now our Custom Ride AccuSoft cushions. So what makes Ride unique is we take a different approach to seating than perhaps all of our competitors do. To fully understand what makes Ride unique, I like to start the conversation talking about seating for people aging with a disability. And whether you're 2 years old or 102 years old, if you have a disability, you're in fact aging with a disability. And there's two primary challenges we face as seating practitioners. One is skin, and we know that as people age with a disability, skin has a tendency to get more fragile. But the other challenge is posture, stability, and function. And we know those also have a tendency to decline with age, right? So the challenge is really twofold. It's protecting skin and preserving function, posture, and mobility. The problem out there is that all of the products available in the seating realm that are not Ride Designs are all based on immersion and envelopment principles. And because of that, some materials are more effective than others for protecting skin. For example, maybe a single density foam is okay if you're not at very high risk for skin, but as the skin becomes more fragile, risk increases. People have to go to softer and softer materials to maintain the same level of skin protection until ultimately they're sitting on a very soft, squishy air flotation cushion. And so the problem with that is as you progress towards these softer surfaces, they become more and more unstable. And as we said at the outset, your challenge is twofold: posture and stability, and skin protection. And so what happens is skin becomes more fragile. People are being forced onto cushions that are less and less stable. Right. If we wanted to focus on stability, we'd be looking at firmer materials, right? Right. So the problem with immersion envelopment is that for posture and stability, you need materials that are very firm. For skin protection, you need materials that are very soft, and they're at polar opposite ends of the material spectrum, right? And so because skin is always the priority, oftentimes it's that posture and stability component that gets traded off in that scenario. So Ride offers an alternative to that because our seat cushions are not based on immersion and envelopment principles. They're in fact based on orthotic and prosthetic science. Right. So much in the way that a socket for a prosthetic leg is designed with very, very firm high-tech composite plastic materials that provides a very, very precise fit, so the person can stand, walk, run in those devices. It provides incredible stability, but it also provides really exceptional skin protection. Ride Designs uses those same principles in our seating, where we use very firm materials. We're supporting at the parts of the anatomy that can tolerate those forces. Right. And then that gives us the ability to remove contour completely from those parts of the anatomy that are at highest risk for skin breakdown. And so we're able to provide a seating intervention that doesn't force that compromise between skin protection and posture and stability. And there's a growing body of peer-reviewed university level research that as more and more of it comes out, it's validating the Ride approach as being very, very effective at protecting skin. So that's who Ride is.
Okay, good. So any new technology or product that you want the attendees to know about?
Well, we've got several things that are new with Ride Designs. One, probably the most important thing we've done in the past year is introduce bundled pricing for our custom products. And the reason we did that was because we recognized that when it comes to custom molded seating, the normal process, there's a fundamental flaw in the process where the normal process is the person may go into a seating mobility clinic and get evaluated for their seating mobility needs. Right. And the determination is made at that time that they need a custom molded seating system. And so the therapist may prescribe that custom molded seating system. And then what transpires after that is as the ATP goes through a detailed order form, itemizes out everything on that order form in order to be able to procure funding for it. And the therapist has to justify all those line items. ATP has to build an order with all those line items. Their funding specialist has to fill out prior authorizations with all of that information. The reviewer has to review all those items. And then when the approval comes through for custom molding, then the team reconvenes to do a shape capture to determine the exact specifications of that custom molded seating system. Right. Well, they've already done all the paperwork and gotten the funding done for it. Oftentimes, they find that once they do the shape capture, they've got to make changes to all of that. Right. And it really creates a scenario where the work on the front end was largely only to procure funding. They're guessing all the specifications. Right. And so bundled pricing includes it's a flat rate price for a seat, for a back, and it includes all of the most frequently ordered options and accessories. Right. And so on the front end, you could specify a bundled order form or a bundled product, and then get funding for it, with as little as 2 line items on the request. And then once the approval comes through, then you can do the shape capture and determine all the specifications that you need and send that information to us so that we can manufacture the correct product for the end user. And it avoids all of the guesswork on the front end on those specifications. Yeah. So it really streamlines the process for the ATP and for the therapist, for the funding specialist at the supplier, for the reviewer at the payer source, and for our team as well, and itemizing out an order when we don't really know what the specs are. So that's our bundled pricing. New research has come out within the last couple of years. There was an Italian prospective observational study done by an occupational therapist named Nadia Crivelli, where she worked with 15 subjects with spinal cord injury, and looking at the performance of our Java cushion. And then there was a German clinical trial that took place working with our Java and Forward cushions as well. And we have all of that information posted on ridedesigns.com and available to download the abstracts.
Perfect. Yep. So it sounds like some exciting things going on at Ride. So guys, when you have some time in between sessions and during the unopposed times, make sure you go and check out the Ride virtual booth, download the information, request a meeting, talk to these guys. They can answer all your questions. Rich, I appreciate your time, and thank you for the information.
Thanks, Barry.
All right.
Take care. Bye.